Hello everyone. Okay, so you might tell by the title of the video, this is just my general review on Call of Duty Modern Warfare's beta so far. And I'm going to say, I'm having fun. I feel like, yeah, this game does have potential and all that, but I want... Now, the whole point of this video is to tell Infinity Ward what I feel like... Oh my gosh! How on planet Earth did I do that? The whole point of this video is to tell Infinity Ward, if they watch this video, what I think they're doing great with this game so far and what I feel like needs improving. Now, the Ground War mode I played, I think it's a ton of fun, for obvious reasons, just because it's 32v32 and just generally Ground War modes I like. Oh my gosh, that was good. And I feel like, overall, Ground War is a great addition to the game, and I feel like that'll work very well in like the larger scale maps. Now, also another thing I feel like they manage well, just generally the presentation of the game. Oh my, what on earth happened there? Still got a kill. What happened there? So another thing I feel like they're doing pretty good with is the fact that you got this super sprint thing. I feel like it is really good for rushers, especially for me in particular. But the problem with it is... Never mind. A problem with it is that I feel like sprint out times are a bit slow and they could be sped up a little bit. And also the fact that this game rewards pre-aiming. Like, you might see in my other clips that I was pre-aiming a lot of the corners because... Oh my gosh. Here, have a Semtex. Because I felt like sprint outs were just too slow. Another thing I feel like they could improve as well is that the cruise missile, at least, like, as you see, for some reason I just got black screened for some reason, and I don't know why that happened. So I don't know if this is just a major glitch or if this is just an isolated issue, but I feel like Infinity Ward will handle it well. Overall, I think it's going to be a good year for Call of Duty, unlike Black Ops 4, for example. Oh, nice assist there, Will. The cruise missile, I feel like, could be buffed a little bit. Like, when you call it in, I feel like it's just a bit slow. It's just... it takes ages for you to actually get in the camera. Unlike the Predator missile in, like, Modern Warfare 2 and 3, or the Trinity rocket from Ghosts, you were in that view instantly. But the cruise missile in Modern Warfare, it just takes a bit of time for it to load in. And also, the cave map, I feel like it's just not good for aerial kill streaks, sorry. And, like, a lot of people tend to hide indoors. A lot of people, like, seem to do all that. And I feel like that cave map is just not good for aerial score streaks. Now, I understand that this is just a beta, but I'm hoping in the future game that it could be changed a little bit, or at least they could at least make the cruise missile be called in a little bit faster. And also, another issue that I was having with this beta as well was sometimes connections, like the inconsistency in connections. Infinity Ward handled Infinite Warfare's connections pretty well. Like, there was very little inconsistency, and even if there was, it was very minor. But this game, there's not too much, but I feel like the inconsistency of connections is a bit higher than usual, and I just don't know why. But I have faith that Infinity Ward will deal with this. Have a Semtex. Ooh. And I feel like, yes, it's good that a lot of the guns do have recoil, because it rewards the higher skilled players for like staying on target. It makes SMGs stick to their close quarters areas, like that, as I get a lovely double kill. I'm playing as the Allegiance team. Now, another thing I really want them, that they're probably not going to change, but I feel like it would be better if they did. It's not really gameplay related, but it's more about teams. Like, back in MW3, we had teams like Delta, GIGN, Spetsnaz, tons of teams. Basically, more than 2 teams. But since that, we only have 2 teams, Allegiance and Coalition. And I feel like 2 teams is just bland and boring. Now, some people might argue back at this. And it's not really too big of an issue, but I feel like it just makes the game a bit bland. Like, if they had like more teams, like more individual teams, like fighting in like multiplayer games, it would make for a lot better like theme of it. Also, I feel like another thing that they're doing pretty well with is the kill streaks. Now, I did hear rumours of no minimap, and I'm glad they brought the minimap back, because I feel like without a minimap it can encourage people to camp, and typically what I believe is that I feel like the no minimap situation should only stay with hardcore game modes and gunfight, as well as virtual reality night vision. I feel like that's where no minimap should take place. Whereas core modes for like the casual players, I feel like we do need the minimap, at least. Oh dear. But overall, I'm enjoying myself so far with this game. Now, how they'll handle microtransactions, I think they're going to do it well. Because like they do with Infinite Warfare, Infinity Ward made it so that you could like obtain the DLC guns with like Season Pass, completing a contract, or crafting them with salvage. That is very consumer friendly. COD World War 2, on the other hand, I know it's not made by Infinity Ward, but it's just so consumer friendly, I had to add it in this video. COD World War 2's collection reward system and other ways you can like earn DLC guns, I like that as well. And another thing I feel like they're managing pretty well in this game is just generally the way they are like just handling their gun balancing, because I feel like with recoil it will make higher skill players feel a lot more better. But I feel like one thing they could do better is that when I pull up the leaderboard to check my score, as you can see, I can only see my kills and assists. Now, I'm not one to care about KD, but I feel like you should be able to see your deaths as well, like if you contributed to the game at all. Now, I am happy, but overall, that's going to cut it there. I am happy with Modern Warfare so far. I hope Infinity Ward does a great job of this game, and overall, I think it's going to be a good year for Call of Duty. So, tell me what you think in the comments below, and have a good game.